Hello, Baron Siobhan speaking.
Hello, who am I speaking to, please?
Siobhan.
Hi, Siobhan. I'm inquiring about the NPPR.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be able to help you.
Am I through to the right phone?
Yeah, I'll be able to help you, yeah.
Okay, grand. Right, I was just wondering, it's just a general inquiry, Siobhan. Right, what is the NPPR exactly? What's it for?
Okay, this is for a property that you don't live in yourself as your main sole residence.
Right, so it's nothing to do with my home then?
No, as long as you live in your home on a permanent basis.
Right, so what does it apply to then, just for clarity?
A house that you don't live in as your main sole residence.
Right, so it's a house you'd own but you don't live in?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's some people who only own one property,
Yeah.
but they don't live in it. They might rent somewhere else in the country. That's liable.
Right, okay. Now, what is the charge, the NPPR charge for? It's €200 or so a year, isn't it?
Yeah, and then there's penalties that's gone on.
Yeah, but what is the actual fee, the fee or the charge for?
The original fee was for €200.
Yeah, but what for?
It's property tax. It's a property tax.
Yeah, but there is a property tax in place already.
Yeah, that's took over the NPPR. This is going back since the 31st of July 2009. This came out.
Right. So, well, what was it for?
March.
What was the purpose of the actual NPPR charge then? What was the purpose of that?
Well, I presume it was bringing in revenue for the government.
And what did the
purpose?
what were you offering in return for paying this charge or fee?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Now, was it mandatory to pay it?
Yeah.
Right.
That's declaration.
Oh, you had to make a declaration.
Yeah.
And what if you didn't? What if you didn't make a declaration?
Well, then you owe back money.
Right. Now, the question is that.
You had to make a declaration and pay it if it was liable.
And if you didn't make a declaration, was it mandatory to pay it?
Yeah, well, it's still due on the property.
No, the question is if you didn't make a declaration, which is a form of agreement.
If the liability, if there's a liability, yeah, it's mandatory to pay it.
Right. So if you didn't make the declaration, is it still mandatory to pay it?
Yeah.
It is. Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
If you didn't fill in the application form or the declaration, as you called it. Yeah.
It says declaration, so you were declaring it was liable and you had to pay it on time.
Right, so
for each year.
You were expecting people then to make a decision as to whether or not there was a liability, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
And then to self-declare, as in declare that there was a liability.
Yeah, and pay it.
And then pay it, okay. So what if somebody had decided that there wasn't a liability?
Yeah, well, that's fine as long as the liability was within.
Let's just say
under the exemptions of the NPPR.
Okay, let's just say I own 3 homes, okay, in different parts of the country, okay?
Yeah.
And I, from time to time, live in those 3 different homes at different stages during the year.
Yeah, there's only the two of them. 2 of them are liable for NPPR, and 1 of them is not. And it's up to you to decide which ones are liable.
According to who?
According to the Act.
Yeah, but you said it's a self-declaration, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can't live, to be fair, you can't have 3 main sole residences. You only can have 1.
Well, couldn't you have 3 residences that you live, 3 places that you live in?
Okay, the liability dates are the 31st of July to 2009.
Oh, hang on, you're not answering the question.
Sorry, I'm trying to explain it.
No, I don't want to know about liability dates. I actually want to go back.
You do need to know about the liability.
No, I don't. I just want to know. I want to go back to the core of the problem, okay?
Sorry, for me to explain the scheme, I have to explain the liability dates.
No, the liability dates are not relevant at this stage.
They are relevant.
In what context are they relevant?
Because on the 31st of July 2009, you can only live in 1 property as your main.
According to who? According to who?
According to the Act.
What does it say in the Act then? So are you suggesting to me then that a piece of paper determines where I can live? Is that what you're saying?
No, sorry, you only can live in 1 property.
Why?
On the 31st of July 2009, you can only live in 1 property. You can't live in all 3 properties on the same day.
Why?
How can you?
Why can't you?
Sorry. You only can have 1 main sole residence.
According to who? According to who?
Sorry, according to the Act.
According to the Act. Okay, what does it state in the Act? in relation to having one sole residence and only being able...
You only can have one main sole residence. You can't live in 3 properties.
Well, quote the act to me. Tell me what it says.
Sorry, that's what it says.
All right, grand. Okay, well, I'll accept what you say. I'll check it out myself later. Now, let's go back to this declaration, okay? Now, from what you've said to me, a self-declaration means just that. You're expecting people to have made a declaration themselves.
Yep.
Correct. Okay. Now, in law, can you force somebody to make a declaration?
No.
No. So therefore, is a declaration...
The onus is on the property owner.
Look, we won't get into the semantics of the meaning of the word onus. Okay. But in law, is it possible to force somebody to make a declaration?
No, but if you're liable, you should.
But how is liability established? If in law you cannot force somebody to make a declaration, how can you make them liable to make a declaration?
You're either liable. You either decide yourself. You're either liable for
right.
the NPPR.
Now you've gone back to the core of it. So people have to decide for themselves if they're liable.
Yeah.
All right, grand. So if I decided tomorrow that in relation to my 3 homes that I use and I live in, that none of those were liable under this act. Yeah?
Yeah, but you can't. The exemption.
How could you then? Right. Well, how could you then enforce?
I wouldn't accept that as an exemption.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not looking for an exemption. I'm just giving you a simple, straightforward question. I have 3 homes. Okay. I have 3 homes. I have 3 homes in 3 different parts of this this island. Okay, is that clear?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get it back to the core. Now, you said to me that it's down to me to make the declaration, and I have to decide if I am liable to pay these charges. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, how can the county council, or the state for that matter, force me to make a declaration against my will if I have decided that I'm not liable?
But you've incorrectly decided you're not liable.
Right, okay, that's fine. How can you determine that I'm incorrect?
Because you cannot have 3 main sole residences.
So then are you saying you're going to force me then to make a declaration?
No, I'm saying there's a liability, and it's up to you to pay the liability.
But isn't it for me to identify the liability as you said, it's a self-declaration?
Yeah, according to the Act, if you have 3 properties, there's 2 of them liable for the NPPR.
According to what law?
According to the Act.
According to the Act. So that's an Act, right.
That governs the NPPR.
So we're in agreement then that it's me that has to make the self-declaration. It's me that has to decide the liability. Is that correct?
Yeah,
according to the law then,
with the guidance of the Act.
Right, well okay, that aside, all right, all that included, we'll say, according to the Act, right? But I have to decide the liability and I have to make the declaration. Yeah. Now, the starting block is the liability. If I decide that it's not liable to come under this Act, how can you force me to declare it is?
Yeah, but it depends on what...
Well, can you? The question is, can you force me, Siobhan, to...
Yeah, but it's liable.
Yeah, but can you force me to state that it's liable?
No, I can't. But sure, it is liable.
But how can you force me to state it's liable?
No, I'm not forcing you to state it. I'm telling you it is liable.
Grand. Okay, you're saying it's liable. Okay.
Yeah, because you cannot have 3 main
right, but
you're living 3 properties on the same date.
Right, okay. The whole point is you're saying it's liable, okay?
Yeah.
But you cannot force me to agree with you that it's liable, can you?
No, I can't afford, but you go to sell the properties in the morning.
No, look, you're using fear now.
Certificates of exemption.
What you're doing is...
And you will not receive them.
What you're trying to do now is put fear into me, okay?
I'm answering your question.
Which is a form of coercion.
Sorry, 1 second, please. No, I'm going to transfer you to someone else.
No, you've actually answered my questions, but all I just want to point out to you is that you've just now tried to use coercion and put fear into me to say, well, if you don't do this...
Utterly incorrect.
It's not incorrect. And I have it recorded. Siobhan, I have this call recorded. And it's on record. Now, I can actually send you a transcript of the call if you like. You've just tried to use coercion to bring me to a place where you've said, right, look, if you don't do this and you don't do that, this is what's going to happen to you. That's a form of... You're trying to put fear into people by doing that. Did you know that?
Sorry.
And that's no offence. That's no offence.
You explained there's 3 properties properties.
I'm explaining to you what you have just done is an offence under the Non-Fatal Offence Against the Persons Act 1997. That's an offence, you know, you've just committed, and I have it on record.
Okay, 1 second, please.
Okay, thank you.